The views.
That's for not letting me play it last week, you jerk.
Champagne to scoops of that sweet ice cream. The press passed down, boy, that's the worst they've ever seen. Turns out his photos ain't that fussy. His little hands love to grab the pussy. He's drunk, he likes to splooge. He's drunk, his tweets are huge. Trans a feed, go start a war. If he spoke his mind and set his father in a whore. Blue check marks swarm his tweets like nuts. Coast Trump, what's up saying? Russia, yo, don't as facts. He's drunk, he wants a war.
Welcome, everybody, to tonight's Plumes of Hazard. I am Mass9, and these are my lovely co-hosts over there, hiding behind my screen, looking like, oh, I got a monkey on his back.
You got the monkey on his back.
Fubaka!
Wait.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Get it. And from the home state of Texas, where 10 out of the 11 presidents have come.
What?
Shalansava. The Yanksville Vapor, everybody.
Bonjour, everyone.
Speaking of sriracha farts, I did just have sriracha on my eggs, but an hour.
Hey, can I get the chat link?
Yep. Sorry, I thought you were leaving. I didn't realize you were.
I was going to make a joke about chat link, and then I forgot.
Welcome, everybody, on this President's Day special edition of the Plumes of Hazard, President's Day edition of the special edition. We got a lot of news to cover today. Glad I'm not going to be here for that. Yeah.
So, yeah. Shit, I was going to help you, and now I can't find what I'm looking for. I'll be right back.
and yes, that was a President of the United States cover band for President's Day, talking about lumps, because that's how we do it.
Fuck!
Are you all right?
Yeah, I can't find the thing. I was going to make a joke.
There's gaps in Stabwood mods.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in pay. There's gaps in pay.
Oh, well, that ain't the game. But this isn't the place to go into that.
Some people lose it and others gain it. It really shows on their fat face.
Hold on. Is it? Oh, dude, my desk right now. Fezzi's talking about how my desk is a mess. You should have seen it before, dude. I just cleaned this up. Now I've just got like a few like random bits, but it's not covered in like fucking plates and Diet Coke cans and bottles. And
I see you still have the boxes from overseas back there.
Where? I just clicked on myself.
The white label.
That
there,
one.
no,
that
yeah,
one
right
there.
Right
Oh, there it is, right there. Yeah. No, that one actually is. That's a very old one, and it has my Christmas presents in it.
Oh, true.
I'm reducing, recycling.
Reduce, reusing. Reduce, reuse. It goes reduce, reuse, rehoard. Yes, that's how it goes.
That's what
hey,
propose.
Before I forget, so speaking of, because I said that's the box from overseas. So you guys remember a while back, and I hate to jump into this, right now, but I might have to leave here in a few minutes and then come back. But before I forget, do you remember, guys, a while back, how all the China mods and everything coming in from overseas was this big scare about, customs picking up all this stuff, right? And some shops got busted for selling stuff.
Reading clones,
right? Right. Well, so I'm in a few groups on Facebook, and one of them is that's a powder coating group. Don't laugh. And okay. Oh, okay. It's a powder coating group, and about designs and stuff like that. And a guy posted that He got a cease and desist from Yeti, and he doesn't know how, because his site that he has is a kind of like an engraving and powder coating and all this other stuff, and all of his items that he's put up on the site have been customer supplied stuff, you know, and Yeti's huge in Texas.
Oh yeah.
And well, long story short, apparently he had ordered some Yetis online from this apparently reputable US reseller. Reseller was having them drop shipped, and they were coming from China. Now the Yetis that are here now, you know, recently and for the past few months have been made in China, and Yeti doesn't lie about that. And they're brought in. Well, there are some really good Chinese copies. Well, come to find out, that drop shipment got stuck in customs, and customs alerted Yeti about it. And guess whose name was on the package? His. So he gets a cease and desist. He doesn't, you know what's going on. Once he starts investigating, come find out, apparently customs is actually doing stuff about it. I mean, obviously, I'm sure Yeti's pretty big. They're putting, you know, some pressure on it. And yeah, so I'm wondering, now that relatively good news are coming about for the vaping industry, if we're going to start seeing some of that pressure.
So I just found the thing I was looking for, and this goes right with Duro's joke. I'm going to help you with your job that you got to step away for a minute.
Listen, planes got to land and they got to go to their gates.
You're not directing Maserati drivers in the runway with you.
Listen, I just go like this and just spin on which way they need to go.
Mass is like this, directing traffic.
Dude, I mean, if there's ever a time where you're just sitting like chilling out on your couch, right, and you're like watching a show or talking to the wife or whatever you're doing, just sort of relaxing, and you just have this itch to spend $600 on a cooler, Yeti's got you covered, baby.
We just get the coolest cooler.
But the craziest thing is that now they are taking the time, unless, and I don't know if this is true or not, so chat and enlighten me, I'm sure somebody will know. I'm wondering if they have deals cut with customs that say, hey, you know, if you see my brand come in, you are obligated to let us know and let us know who it's getting shipped to, because they're going to get served the cease and desist.
Surely, I mean, let's just talk utopia for a minute. Not utopia, but like let's talk the optimal route. Sure, you would think that you wouldn't have to get in good with the port authority to get them to like flag clone shit coming in, but maybe you do. Maybe you have to register and say, look, if it's coming from this factory in China, it's legit. But if it's coming from anywhere else, it's not, or whatever.
Yeah, if we change manufacturers, whatever, we'll let you know. I think it's one of those like we need you to snitch for us.
Yeah. Obviously, Yeti has all the stuff shipped to them. I don't think they drop ship directly from China for the distributors.
Oh, is that right?
Right. Everything goes to Texas or their distribution warehouses around the U.S., and then they get shipped directly from there. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just very interesting. I didn't think, you know, and everybody's like, well, how are they going to know millions of containers, blah, 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 blah. Dude, you know, they got to be scanning each of those containers. I mean, come on. Yeah, they can't play, you know, nuclear roulette with oh, we didn't scan that one. So they got to know what's in them.
We scanned most of them. Come on.
Yeah. So, yeah, just something I was thinking about last week and I forgot to mention, but and that was the only way, because the guy doesn't advertise, you know, Yeti pictures. He doesn't, you know, none of that. So kind of interesting stuff. But yes, somebody posted that they have $2,000 coolers. That's correct. So, but the coolers are made in America. So, you know, America, $2,000.
I actually didn't know what you just said about it being made in China. I had no idea they had shipped it overseas. The production.
Yeah, and they shipped it overseas a long time ago. And
is that right?
Like a long time ago. Like when they first got popular, they could not keep up with.
Like, we have to pay more employees. American, nah.
Yeah, well, and that's and and
they can't fit that in their profit margins of selling $2,000 coolers.
Well, and that is the crazy thing is that even the fakes had the patent number and everything written on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's, also what's been happening too is they apparently some of the other manufacturers, like I don't know, I mean, whatever some of the other tumbler manufacturers are,
right, Arctic,
yeah, Arctic, and whatever the Walmart brand is, Mossy Oak, and all these other ones, they are getting made in the same factory. And
I still swear they're not. So this is one I was given. It's an Arctic. So I've got Yeti ones, or I got a Yeti one. I've got and I've got this one. But I was given this one, and wife made a thing on it, which is why it sits over here all the time. I use it, but it does not hold ice like the Yeti does. Like noticeably different, like hours different.
Yeah,
the Yeti I can fill up with ice, and it's fucking icy all day long, and this one's dead in a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Anyway, I mean, you're probably not wrong. I mean, they probably are made very similarly and probably very close, and some of them may be made in the same factory, but that one ain't. At least that one in particular. I don't have a lot of experience with that brand. Just that one.
Well, a lot of them have a copper lining on the inside too, in between the two pieces of stainless.
Sure.
So and what vacuum they have in there, stuff like that. But yeah, it's just interesting because now obviously, are they going to go after vaping stuff? I doubt it, but damn, I would have never thought they would have gone after the Yetis, especially since there is so many other tumblers out in the market right now. So
yeah. But not any with that kind of profit margin, I imagine.
Correct. Horror said nuclear roulette, great line. Yeah, boy. Ozark, there you go. Orchard said.
I want to know more from Festy. He said that. Did anybody notice that Billet Box has cloned its clone? I don't know what he's talking about, but I am curious to know what he means.
Well, speaking of that, I don't know if you want to get into what we're vaping, but. Speaking of that, did you see the pictures that they posted recently?
Who? Billbox?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I haven't bought a Billbox in a while. It's been a couple of years.
Okay, so I'll put these where are they? Basically a few days ago, trying to find them myself. Okay, here we go. A few days ago, they posted a picture of a machine, and that was it. Like some weird, funky. It was called the burninator, and people were trying to figure out what the hell it was. What was going on. Well, the burninator, all it was doing was making these guys right here. Let me pull the image up. Where are you?
So while you're pulling that up, Festy just said that they just dropped a year of the dog model, Chinese characters and all. So I guess that was something that maybe their clone did, and they
yeah. So this is what they made.
Oh,
it's just a machine that burns boxes.
The warning of the bottom. That's fantastic.
So. Yeah.
Is that the new packaging for the Billet boxes?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
And here is not a lot of people love it. The comments on the picture was not very well received. There's your Year of the Dog image. So
from somebody that's purchased Billet boxes before, they come in like bubble wrap and like a shipping
correct.
Box. Like a USPS box. Like there's no packaging. Why wouldn't you like that? I think that's cool as shit.
So I mean, a lot of the comments were, well, welcome to 2018. I'm trying to pull up. I thought I sent the image.
I don't remember seeing the Chinese writing on the clones.
I don't think they have them. I think they're probably making. See, knowing Billet Box, how I do by reputation and whatnot. I am betting you this is his way of thumbing his nose at him at the clones. That's just my guess. I would put money on it.
You're probably right because of the boxes that the clones came in. So they this is what the box inserts and everything. And if you've gotten one recently, you know, or a clone, let us know. This is what the internals of the box look like. I mean, it's kind of nice holding the stuff in there.
Oh, they're shipping with a bridge now?
I believe.
Look at there. It's right there in the corner.
They also are shipping with sausage. You can also
that's no sausage.
You can also let's see here, put your beer in it apparently. So yeah, these are all images that there you go that they did.
Rolch, come on, dude.
And
I've always said that is the most accurate representation of drinking feet.
Okay, so
nasty.
I have a mini story about Grolsch beer.
Yeah.
When you're broke in college, what you do is you go to the really rundown bodega that's selling expired bottles for $1.
Okay.
It tasted completely fine. Cold enough.
So here's some of the comments. 4 years ago, I would have been excited. Ooh, they come in boxes now. Can I get a couple of free boxes? Empty, of course. Screw this. I'm fine with the bubble wrap. Ooh, V5. Is there a V5? Is there a V5? No, there is no version 5 from Billet box. Well done. I'll just buy another one because of this. Oh, finally packaging up to industry standard. Only a few years too late. Let's see. Bubble wrap was fine. I'm happy to pay for what was inside and not the packaging. So, you know, mixed reviews. Some people saying, shit, I just got mine 2 weeks ago. What the fuck? I want this packaging. So
I've said for a long time that I really don't care that much for packaging. I mean, is it cool? Sure, it's cool, but I'm gonna take it out, and the only thing that thing is going to do is hold spares.
Yep.
Unless you sell the mod in which I can give you the original packaging.
Right, but who cares? But the next guy's gonna do the same thing. And that's if he keeps the packaging, right?
All the packaging of mods I have, at least anything substantial, like, is in a box.
Yeah, I've got a big box of my thing it's a box of boxes. That's weird. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of cool. Are there a couple things that come cool packaged? Oh, remember the Fortune mod? Cool packaging on that mod.
Yeah,
but I don't care, right? It's just going to be on my box.
Samsung fan says in chat, still not shipping to PA. Word?
Really?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So there you go. I'll pull the video down so you can see the machine actually on the machine working. So
well, packaging is just packaging, but I can appreciate a company that takes pride in how they present their product.
Sure.
On the end of the consumer, it's like, yeah, it's kind of useless to me, but it's like, I'm still going to appreciate the effort and such.
Absolutely. I totally appreciate it, but I guess I just don't. If the thing that's inside works really well, I don't think I care.
If I can repurpose.
Well, and as long as they're not coming damaged too.
Right. Yeah.
Right. So
properly packaged, just being it gets to me safely. Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. If I can repurpose a box that my mod came in, that's cool. If I can have another use for it.
Or if you get things which I don't have handy at the moment, but like the Billet or the Billet box, the Uber Toot came with a cool stand, and so the Rose V2 came with a cool stand. You know, you can continue to use. That's kind of cool.
I mean, so if I have enough mod boxes, I can stack my monitor on that instead of textbooks.
Exactly.
You're saying, Masty? Sorry.
Oh yeah, like that. Who just said that? Like Shane Hammond just said the Skyline packaging. This is, I mean, it's a cool box. It is absolutely a cool box, and it sits over there, and it's got dust on it because whoever touching it, who the fuck cares? Is it cool? Sure, it's cool, but I don't think it's mandatory. I don't think it's necessary to have it in there.
You can keep a pouch of tobacco in there.
You could put your oregano in there. Yeah.
No, I meant like, you know, be all fucking edgelord and like, oh, I got my American Spirit rolling tobacco in here.
Right. Keep your tamper in there.
Yeah, but all right. Well, I'm getting the I'm pulling down the video right now so you guys can see it. So it's actually pretty interesting.
We've got some comments, and Willie's the one that did bring it up. This is the most ridiculous hobby. He said is, you know, when a company improves their packaging to make it really cool and up to date, they get blasted for it. That makes lots of sense.
Well, we know what the sentiment really is. You got all these people that really like the billet box, and we've seen this before. It's a fad. They get super expensive, and people think that they have this super, you know, high-end expensive device, and then the draw goes away, and then all of a sudden billet boxes come. I mean, we've seen it before, like multiple times, you know. And now more, you know, a bunch of things started coming out for the billet box, and it'll go back down, and you know, and he's right. I mean, it's about the only place. Here's the
a gray beard hair just fell out of my face.
Nice.
Here's the video. I'm gonna actually, let's see. I'm gonna mute the audio because it's a bit much. Yeah,
the gray beard hairs are kind of tucked away. I have one that comes out to play every so often.
All right, here we go.
That's not muted.
Sorry, I had to. Yeah, the audio is really. I had to get to it. I mean, they went over the top with this.
Holy shit!
Over the top, you say?
Yeah, to just burn it.
That's pretty awesome.
Oh, I was hoping that was a dick butt engraving.
Hey, it's the Burninator Trogdor.
Yeah.
That's cool as hell. Oh, and it's actually called the Burninator. Look at it.
Look at those.
They just clone an old Homestar Runner thing.
It looks like it. Nasty's got a boner for that wiring right there.
Yeah.
Dude, absolutely. So you're gonna make something that cool. I think you can totally name it after the Burninator.
And you see what's controlling it, right? A freaking takes the box, puts it in, hit the button.
Slap. They zeroing it out there.
I think they're going in sections so it doesn't move the box.
Oh, that they're actually burning it there. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's awesome.
That's pretty neat. I'm glad I was able to get the video. Vaping may be super bad for you.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. That's the first thing I saw when you posted the picture. I saw that warning. That's my favorite thing. But now the actual Burninator is my favorite thing. That's the second favorite thing. All right.
So, Inksy, what you vaping on?
I don't know. I'm very uncomfortable going before Foo. Foo, what are you vaping on?
Oh, food.
Well, I still have the pocket box with this one in here. It's been like my favorite mod to use while walking. Until you realize that you forgot to charge it, and it's like near dying, and you're only halfway into your walk. It's got this one in here, you know. That. My Narca's been unbuilt for 2 days because I've been lazy as fuck about rebuilding it because I have to take it apart to clean it. Fuck that. And so I have my average vapor set up here. I have a tank with a vape band on it.
Ooh.
It's a Scion 2 on a Hexan A. It has Foo's Golden here. 110 watts, baby.
I just can't. I keep trying. I've got mine sitting right here on a DNA 250.
I have a coil in here now. I don't have the. I'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, angsty.
It's just so not how I want to vape.
This is 4.5 milligram, baby.
Limelight, freehand glue. plane. Sadly, these things will come soon. I had vape mail coming this last week. It was supposed to be here a couple of days ago, and it was coming from, I think, Jersey. And instead of coming to me, it went to Arizona.
Oh,
so it had to double back a couple of states.
That good old reroute for installing all the CIA equipment.
Probably. So I don't have my stuff that I'll probably have by next week. But Freedom Gloom, on top of there's still the Hellfire Strike. I'm still using this. We'll talk about it in a minute. And Rail Cracker in here. It's good. I was supposed to also have something to talk about in here, but it don't. That's another thing I'll be talking about in a little while. This has Get Pissed in it because I wanted some Get Pissed. I haven't had it in a while, and I loaded it up and it doesn't work. We'll talk about it in a bit.
Good segue from my billet box talk.
It's a good segue for your billet box talk.
Well,
anyway, so this is basically all I vaped this last week.
Maybe they'll be like Microsoft and send out boxes for your dead Xboxes to put the box in the Xbox for the Xbox. Maybe you can get a billet box for your billet box to put the billet box in the box and send it to them. Yes. Buffalo. You got it.
I'd fuck me. Oh, wrong Buffalo.
I don't think I ever took that sentence apart because it's supposed to be a legit sentence. But I don't think I've ever figured out why. So it doesn't look like it. Nah. It's one of those. I mean, do you know what I'm talking about? That's a riddle or whatever. It's like one of those weird things. It's like I think it's the word buffalo. I think 7 or 8 times, like a comma somewhere in it, and then a period at the end. And apparently, it's a legit sentence. But I don't know. Before I go. Well, do you want me to go first? Fu, or do you want to do that thing first?
Let's do. Well, I have a couple things. The first thing.
I do too.
It's short. So, as I'm sure you saw everyone stroking on social media the last handful of days, the American Cancer Society kind of turned their stance on e-cigarettes in terms of vaping on, we need to preach about more alternatives and blah, 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 blah. Until our man. My screen share. What the fuck? Why come up?
Womp womp.
What the fuck?
I have to fucking share my whole screen. Until our man, Senor Alex Clark, posted this today. Oh, before we start patting American Cancer Society in the back for saying obvious things about vaping, let's take a moment to acknowledge that they are still advocating for removing current generation #e-cigarettes from the market. Yeah. They're not our... I mean, what was the name of the show? They're not our homies? They're not our homies.
They're not our homies.
They still don't like flat brim. They still don't like overweight vapors. They don't.
Mega faggot.
Exactly.
What?
That's not...
Out of left field.
Oh, hello.
Oh, speaking of cancer, welcome.
Ow. God damn, I feel the love.
Welcome.
Sorry, I'm late.
You seriously look like you're about to disappear.
It looks like he's tanning.
I'm exactly the same size as I was before. I do have new lights though, so that could be.
Wait, are those lights to help with the seasonal depression?
Yes. No, I got huge. I switched my lights, man.
True.
So
I had to turn off flux because I look like I'm getting a Trump tan. And with this shirt, then it makes it look even weirder. Right now, it looks like I'm glowing.
So American Cancer Society, they're still cunts. Don't go fucking patting their back and.
Well, here's the thing. I think that with those news, just watch, man. I bet you the vape market just now shoots through the roof because everybody's gonna be like, everything's okay. The FDA is not coming after us. We haven't heard from them. We have forgotten, and now the American Cancer Society loves us.
No, it's not the case because you know why? It's politically viable for them to say that now. That's really all it is. And William said it right. The American Cancer Society is pretty pro-dead Americans. Yes. That's a slightly dark way of putting it, but darkness is spreading.
I went out and I saw Black Panther.
What'd you think?
I heard
So
it was good.
outside of what I thought about that movie, one of the ads that ran before the movie was an anti-smoking and vaping ad.
Oh, that's right. I forgot you mentioned that.
So you have to roll that sound clip again, Master.
Did you find it? Oh, yeah.
No, the mega one.
Oh, yeah, you got it.
Mega faggot.
Yeah, it was very specifically an they're like, smoking is bad. So it starts with this whole like, teen smoking is way down, and that's good. But we're not out of the woods yet because vaping's just as bad.
Oh, so you saw
Sean,
Reefer Madness in the theaters.
Do you remember who did it so I can look it up?
It was my county. So.
Oh, okay.
Got it was a local ad.
Yeah, it was a local ad.
Are you in Baltimore County or? No, you're outside of Baltimore.
I'm in Anne Arundel.
Grundle?
Grundle. You're in Grundle County? That's weird.
It makes more sense now.
He was near Grundle. They got money. They got money.
But so yeah, they fucking suck. Yeah, okay, yeah, we're okay with it. Yeah, they want us to use fucking CE Force, I bet. My next order of business, roll it, Masty.
You all right, Angsty?
Daryl just made me laugh.
Let me pull up chat.
Let me know when you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
Good?
Yeah, sorry.
This is a short one. And I feel like I've touched on these companies before, but why the fuck not again?
Oh God, what is that? What were those eyes?
What?
Yeah, that.
This is what vaping does to you.
What?
What?
Why?
It makes you look like, if you see here, you grow shitty. You can't grow a full fucking beard. This is what vaping does to you.
Makes your neck beard.
What is wrong with the image?
There's so much HDR on this that his beard looks like my pubes pre-trim.
That's scary as hell.
And look, see, they're making jihad videos. Like, what is this shit?
Dude, that Funkmaster Flakes guy looks like Grundle County anti-vaping ad. He's gonna like.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously, Sean, look at that. That's ridiculous.
Oh, I saw. That is horribly ridiculous.
What's up with this fucking Slim Shady chain here? It's like, Jesus fucking Christ. It's 2002 again.
That's not a chain. That's one of those little wood snakes that used to get as kids that he spray painted gold. And just put it around.
So I've had this juice, and it's okay, but they have like other flavors. Funkmaster, because we were talking about Wrigley suing, and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ, Kellogg, get on the ball. And this is a juice that I've also put on blast recent. I couldn't find an Instagram account for this. I don't know who the company is behind this, but I just hashtagged it. And
holy crap.
Can't be fucking with my favorite cereals, dog.
Wow.
I like cereal. Don't fuck with it. Look at these douchey jeans.
Wait.
Yikes.
Wait, go back. What is with the guy on the bottom of the thing right there on the bottom of the box? What's with the masked man?
I don't know. Like I said, they make jihad videos like the one I put up earlier. Where the fuck was it? Oh no, that was Funkmaster Flakes.
Yes.
See, they have to be the same company.
You'd think.
Wow. All right.
That was Crucifixions.
The end. It used to be. I feel like Crucifixions always kind of like peters out. It's not like like this is it. Hey, Schwan, what are you vaping on today?
I have a Gloom with a Narda and an Omen tip with abolishment, and I have a Bolt with the Narca and an Omen tip and abolishment. So as you can see, my tastes are varied and plentiful.
It's gonna say you're kind of Williaming out at the moment.
I am varied and plentiful as usual.
Yes, that's fine. Hey, you know what you like. It's all good.
Storm Vapor said it's called Cloud Thieves. Okay.
I'm actually about to send off this Narca cap to one of the people who does Cerakoting, whose name I can't remember right now.
Darren?
Maybe.
Fuck. From the company you mentioned the other day, OCD Mods, are they doing
That's
it?
That's it, OCD Mods, yeah.
Yeah, his name's Darren.
Yeah, so
I knew that, and I haven't...
to have it black Cerakoted, so I have the nice fancy black Narca on the gloom. Although I'm tempted to get it. I don't know. Like I'm between because I can do white too because it's Cerakote. I think I want to get a Narda cap done in white, but I can't find a metal Narda cap anywhere. I know I have to have at least one more.
But is that white going to show all the dirt?
I haven't really had that problem with the freehand in general, which is
wait a minute. You mean by dirt? Do you mean shpuka? that's
shpuka and or schmutz.
I was gonna make a Sean Nails joke, but no, he just got here. I'm not doing that.
It's good.
Thank you.
Go easy.
I already have the black Cerakoted Narda cap, so I thought maybe I'll do a white Narda cap because the white Narda cap would look pretty good on that.
It would.
But is the Cerakote like a we're talking like a white, or is it a bit of an off-white?
Oh no, I would go for like stark white, like same thing as the blue.
I think the Cerakote is really white. I think it's pretty pure, like pure white.
Okay.
I just have to find a metal Narda cap somewhere, which I figure I have 2 Nardas. I gotta have at least one more metal cap. I just don't know fucking where.
Oh, you're gonna have another Narda cap done too?
I was gonna get a Narda cap done in white and then the Narca cap done in black.
Gotcha.
That was what I was thinking. So that'll be
Samsung fan 1982 says Darren does good work. When I had my Vapor Shark, he hooked it up.
Nice.
I met Darren.
Before, so.
I met the guy from OCD Mods by accident back in my corporate sellout days at Enjoy. He was at the bar I was at, and I hijacked his mandate. He was supposed to meet up with one of my coworkers, and I met him, and I'm like, I'm looking, and I see a guy vaping, and I look, and I'm like, that guy's got a nice setup. He was vaping on, I don't know what mod it was, but he had a Loki Labs Odin.
Yeah.
And I also
is that who did all the Loki Labs ones? Because they had a bunch of.
He's there. I want to say they were both in Arizona. But
he also does torque bars, so I've thought about that as well.
But yeah, so I met him, and I was like, "Hey, dude, like that's a nice vape."
I thought you were gonna have your cap made into a torque bar and your torque bar made into a cap.
There you go. That's a good idea.
That'd be pretty cool. And then Cerakote it.
But no, that'll be cool because I'm excited to have a black Narca cap. I think most of all to complete the gloom look.
Yeah.
Especially because I like the wedding cake cap quite a bit.
I do too. It works really well, and it does a good job of dissipating some of that heat. It's got so much metal in it.
Yep.
Does a good job. It's not bell cap dissipating, but it's close.
Ahmed, you see the question in the chat?
But it's pretty good. I don't know if he has it or not. I don't know if I assume he probably has an Instagram. I don't really know. I sent him a message on Facebook and asked him if he would do a cap. He said he usually gets it done like pretty quick. Just send it to him and then he'll bill me and then he does it. And then
does he? Oh, the Instagram question?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
I just answered it. But I mean,
Fu can go. I don't think I even have Instagram like on my phone anymore.
He does have his company does have an Instagram. I'm going to put it in chat.
And the Facebook page. Yep.
Yeah. Nate says he's got an OCD Facebook page.
That's how
he does a lot of RC car shit too. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does. I just sent his Facebook page a message.
I kind of want to share this. This is a cool fucking Instagram page.
Do it.
Because he's got all the RC cars and shit.
Yes.
I got you clicked.
Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna close you out. Wow. What is this? What is this shit right here?
Look at that. Very nice.
With the bell cap K-Fun Light.
Couple tosser sticks.
For those who had a K-Fun Light bell cap, I was told it sucked. It was the one not good bell cap.
I really liked the K-Fun Light bell cap. It was just very hard to fill.
Yes. But that's
That's
what
the
we
grand
modeled our Narda caps. That's what we asked Christian to model the Narda caps after.
It was just reliant on having a drip tip to hold it all together. Like that was the only kind of caveat of the K-Fun Light bell cap. But I still loved that cap. I used the shit out of that cap.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. We've got
powder coated link bars.
Mm-hmm.
Oh look, there you go.
Ooh.
Ooh, a fighter.
Ooh.
I remember like the other week we did.
That looks
Steve
like
Henderson.
that looks like anodizing. Whoa! There's a piece of the heart of the Large Hadron Collider.
I can't endorse this Tiffany blue. Oh, is that a tosser stick with a hurricane in it? No, it's not a hurricane.
It's also stick with a K-Fun 5, I think.
That looks like a K-Fun 5.
The bell cap didn't look like that for the K-Fun 5. It's a
K-Fun 4.
Interesting. Oh, this isn't a video? God damn it. These are all torque bars.
Torque bars.
He does a lot of spinners, I think.
Well, unfortunately, Loki Labs isn't around anymore.
It's just one of those, another one of those hobbies like vaping, where vapors got too much disposable income. Sure, send me your stupid $300 spinny thing. I'll make it Cerakoted.
Well, did you scroll down a little bit more to the right?
Lakers themed Pandora.
America. Send me your $2,000 shit gun. We'll Americanize it for you.
That's
Hannah.
Whoa!
Oh my!
Look at that!
Is what you think?
That's awesome.
Wow!
That's awesome.
You know what's really funny about it is I'm willing to bet that cost way more than the mod.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely! The mod was like $35.
The canvas, though, that's what you really is like paying for.
To give you an idea, it's $35 a cap.
Now you can't even take that into public. People think you got a minigun with you.
But yeah, it's $35 a cap. So
why?
Top flow Kennedy caps that I do not endorse, because why take perfect airflow and
shove it down the hole?
Ew.
All right. Massey, we didn't actually get to you technically. I saw you take a drag off of the Anakin thing. Have you been vaping anything today?
Yep, I have been Throwback Monday. Actually, Throwback Saturday and Sunday and Monday. An oldie, but a very goodie. I got a bottle of it not too long ago. Irish Car Bomb from TVC.
Well,
sorry, TVK. The Vape Kitchen.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not the chef guy. Different guy.
Not the chef guy. Yes.
Well, I guess it was a chef guy, but a different chef guy.
Different, yes.
A lube chef guy.
Well, we could say a chef guy that did not go crazy. Serial chef.
Yeah.
So
right.
A cool
was off the show at one point and was very fun.
Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So if you like that creaminess of the Baileys and
Wait, we're supposed to call it a Boilermaker, right?
But yeah, whatever. But they do an extract from actual Guinness Stout. Yeah. So if you like it, you should check it out. Good stuff.
Have you had Guinness beef stew before?
Yes.
Made it. It's great.
Yes. There's a local pub bar, Meg O'Malley's, that they got all that stuff, and it's really good. Good stuff.
Yeah, those guys aren't cheap, but they do offer some things that they extract. I think they extract like almost all of their flavorings themselves. Which is obviously a costly process.
Yeah.
So,
but
that's my mango sticky rice dough.
Like that's a valid question. Are they still like up and running?
Vape Kitchen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I got it.
I see them on the
not like two months ago.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's a fair question. Anthony just brought up something that we were going to mention here at some point in the show, but I did get an email today from Labrat. Labrat Liquids sold the company to Fluid. So they're going to be they have been making lab rat stuff and distributing it for quite a while. So nothing's going to change really for the end consumer. But just sort of as an FYI, lab rat is technically owned now by Fluids.
Yes. So now you can, if you see Mark, you can't call him Lab Rat. He will now be known as the artist formerly known as Lab Rat.
I don't think I got that email. I didn't know that. I learned something.
Yeah, I just got it today. It just sort of popped in. I was like, what? All right. Can't believe you didn't tell me, bastard.
I haven't really done
Ooh, that sticky rice, though. I'm just looking on their site again. I'm gonna fucking order
That
something.
mango sticky rice is a really interesting liquid.
I enjoy
Yeah.
it. It's very different.
Yeah. I'm just like drooling on the site.
I think I'm going to follow up a little bit with this thing, the Hellfire Strike, because I've now vaped on it basically straight for the last 2 weeks, and I can still report that I am still enjoying it. I did change out my my coils and put in one of Tooney's. What did he call them? His high resistance Claptons with the Canthal, sitting around 0.4, and it looks. It wasn't the easiest mount, but as I told you last time, mounting parallels in this thing, it wasn't easy either. The screw heads are a little small for stuff like this. I think this is pretty much made for mounting a single wire normal build. In that, it works perfectly fine. But if you run a mech like I do, and or an unregulated MOSFET mod, if you run one of those things like I do often, and you run parallels, it takes a little fiddling. And they getting the Clapton in there also took a little fiddling in a different way, obviously, because you're not wrapping the Clapton around. You just kind of had to get it in there and hold it in place and screw down the terminals. It wasn't bad. It worked. It's fine. One thing I didn't mention last week, which I wanted to, was one of the things that's really nice about this thing, as goofy as that airflow hole looks. And in case you haven't seen it, I will zoom up a little bit to show you.
It's cool because
the airflow hole is odd, right? It's the hole is got this cool rounded, like an end mill kind of style, really just indented in there, and that doesnthat change, right? If you watched last week, or if you've seen the other pictures, that it's got that thing that is raised and lowered by screwing or unscrewing the top cap, so that it just sort of always looks like that, and the block off is on the inside, so you can't really see it. It's interesting looking, but one of the things that it does is it makes the airflow really, really smooth and relatively quiet, which is nice. And that's the wrong profile for my camera. There you go. It makes the airflow really, really smooth. And I've been watching myself in here, and since I'm running the Hangout, one of the things that happens is if, unlike other people, the person that's actually running the live one, I pop up when I'm talking. Everybody else always sees the last person that's talking that's not themselves. But when I vape, I can, we can be watching somebody else, and I can take a drag, and the camera doesn't cut to me, even if I'm not muted, which I think is cool. Unlike that, where Sean and I were taking a drag at the same time, and he got the camera. So, and it's just kind of cool. I think that's one of the things that is really good about the Strike. Besides the fact that I find the flavor really pretty solid as well. I think this is one of the better, if not the best, drippers that Hellfire's ever put out, at least the ones that I've tried. It works really, really well for a lot of reasons. But it also has some cons. And one of the things I mentioned that I was a little concerned about last week was the fact that if you bump it, that can come off. Now, I've been told that does not happen to everybody's, but I can't speak for theirs. I can only speak to the one I've got in my hand. And supposedly some people, a couple of the people that I heard did have this problem, switched out their O-rings with the one in the package, which I keep forgetting to do and I haven't done yet. So I don't know if that would help a little bit. But there's other people that say they don't have a problem at all. So I do want to present what I know from other people. But I will tell you that mine doesn't do that. And I will also tell you that this weekend, I was running around doing some errands or something, right? And I reached in my pocket and I pulled up my mod and went to go vape. And you'll see a problem here. This is how it came out of my pocket.
Integrated chef cap.
Yeah, exactly. So this was floating around my pocket, wet with e-liquid and picking up pocket dust and all that other shit. I wasn't very happy about that, but I can't say that I didn't expect it because I already observed that being a possibility anyway. And the thing that really gets me about this is I do have a habit of carrying my mod in the fifth pocket or the Zippo pocket in jeans. And so this sticks up a little bit out of the pocket. And if that got hit, which it could, 'cause it's sticking up out of my pocket, hit by a seatbelt or whatever, right? And I reached down in my Zippo pocket and that was just gone. And you got $150 Audi. That's
not sit with mods in my pocket. That's just going in the door handle or in my console.
So interesting note, by the way, I finally figured out why you carry your mod in the fifth pocket.
Why?
Because I finally bought a pair of Buffalo jeans.
Yeah.
And the fifth pocket is fucking huge.
It is. It's great. It's like a usable pocket.
Yeah, it's a big pocket compared to most jeans. It's actually, I think, deeper than the standard front pockets, which are a little too shallow in my opinion.
Oh, not mine. I mean, that's definitely not deeper. It only goes down about halfway or so. The regular
higher, and it's maybe the same depth. The front pockets seem a little shallow to me in this pair of jeans.
Actually, let me get this.
I'll give you that actually because my my iPhone 10, it is barely covered by the pocket. Yeah, you're right.
I have the X and it's just in my pocket, but I
pocket mod disappears in my Zippo pocket.
We had a
the pocket mod definitely would in these too. I carry my billet box in that pocket, and the only thing that sticks up in the billet box is about that much of the drip tip.
So we have a Lord and Taylor that's closing down, and I kind of wandered in one day and I was like, oh, dude, they sell Buffalo jeans and they're going out of business. So they're like super cheap. Like,
wait, Lord and Taylor going out of business or Buffalo's going out of business?
Just the Lord and Taylor, just one Lord and Taylor location at a mall.
Oh, okay. I was about to say I really like Buffalo jeans. They're like my nicest pair of jeans that I have.
They're not. I like them a lot. I was wearing Luckies for a long time, and I have a pair of like Travelers from fucking Banana Republic that I like a lot. But these Buffalo jeans are super nice. But I also realized that they have a deeper than average.
Deeper and wider.
Yeah.
Now that said, because I own two pairs of jeans. I own a cheap pair from Old Navy or something. Yeah, Old Navy. And then I've got a couple of nice pairs that I wear. And once they wear out, I'll buy another one. But they're usually Buffalo. I really like them. But both of those I can fit. The Old Navy ones also have a larger Zippo pocket.
Yeah, they don't in comparison to Lucky jeans, which have a smaller.
I wear Levi's.
It's just something that I realized the other day when
I'm glad you see it now because I know before you were saying like how do you get that in your pocket? That's why because my pocket's a little bit bigger I guess.
If you ever venture to wear Levi's again, the Zippo pocket, I don't think I'd put a mod in there, but it is a solid knife pocket.
Oh yeah, that's what Sean said. You used to use yours is for your Graham stubby.
Oh yeah, man. I use my lighter pocket for my knife all the time.
Mine does not fit in my
But I don't generally like put mods in my front pocket because I already have shit in there. So the only time a mod's in my pocket is when I'm walking or I'm standing up or what have you. It's usually in my back pocket. Have I accidentally sat on mods a few times? You bet your ass.
Right. Wallet in the back pocket, phone in the front right pocket, mod in the front left pocket, occasionally with a 15 ml bottle of juice, knife in the lighter pocket, keys hanging from my right side where my phone is. But not actually in my
he's a building super.
I'm very similar, except for I don't use my back pockets anymore. I've got one of the thin, small wallets or whatever. I keep that front left.
I do too, but I still back pocket my wallet.
Weeks of grocery store receipts end up in my back left pocket.
My back left pocket.
That's my back right pocket.
Receipts end up in my back left pocket all the time.
Yeah.
To the point where the dye, like you have a receipt in there long enough and the dye from the jeans ends up going on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait.
I always have to check that one because when I go to wash my clothes or whatever, I have to pull it out.
I literally just cleaned mine out the other day. I was like, this is starting to shift my sitting a little.
Yeah.
Well, that all changes in the winter when I have a coat.
Yes.
When I have a coat, I have access to so many more pockets.
Right.
The only thing pockets are good for. Well, one of my coats is like a boob pocket, and that's a great mod pocket while I'm walking. But my left pocket is for Chipotle or Starbucks napkins that I take in mass to put because, just to wipe my nose. People are like, carry a pack of tissues. And I'm like, I don't remember to. When I'm out and about, I'm just like, oh, hey, I need napkins for my coat and napkins for the glove compartment.
Fucking chipoodles.
And Chipotle napkins are some of the best on-the-go napkins.
No, I know we cover a bunch of really random topics here, but let's talk about what the best napkins are for to go.
Hey, we've talked about scarf game and sweater game and all other kinds of fashion topics, but I think I know I've mentioned stocking up on napkins at random places just because, like, oh, I'm out of napkins in my glove compartment.
Kyle, there are a few slacks that offer that style pocket. I don't remember what the brand name is now, but yes, there is.
Yeah, like I think during the fall, I remember me and Jay Bigglesworth went to the Chipotle in my neighborhood, and something, I think it was my mod, I think I over squonked or something, and he didn't have any napkins in his glove compartment. So when we left Chipotle, it took like a bunch of them and stuffed them in there. I'm like, you're good now.
You know, you got the places that have the napkins out, but they're in that where you got to pull one out at a time. No, you just stick your finger down the side and do the rip.
Yep.
Yeah, shop towels for the win, but I'm not going to throw out my shop towel when I wipe up gross shit with it.
Well, you know, shop towels, though, man, I feel like they're too pricey to be wiping your nose or ass or anything with. You know, you got to use them as shop towels.
Disposable.
Yeah.
You know, Starbucks and Chipotle napkins are like the two softest. Don't fuck with the 7-Eleven napkins. Those are a little.
I don't make it a habit of wiping my ass with napkins either.
No, you shouldn't make a habit of it.
Who was talking
I don't wipe my
about white privilege? Who was talking about white privilege earlier? There you go.
Oh, Church says Panera napkins. Yes, also true, but I have not had any Pantera bread in forever. You actually made me want some.
I actually might have you all beat. You ready? I just had to dig through my stack because I've got a few napkins and paper towels that I keep over here for, you know, e-liquid spills and whatnot.
He's gonna say fucking Taco Casa.
No, I'm not actually. So I happened to go to McDonald's. This was months ago, and I haven't used these because they're so funny. And I picked up several of them just to have on my desk. And we've never talked about napkins on this show, so here we go. These are from McDonald's. When they came up with some big burger, I don't even know what kind of burger it was.
Of course, in Texas,
quarter-pounder burgers. They're enormous, and they're really soft.
That's a bib.
Yeah.
No, you know the places where you get napkins from is Cheesecake Factory and
okay, that's like stealing pillowcases from a hotel.
I think you guys are going wrong, man. I get sit down restaurants.
Dude, those fuckers are better than shop towels. You can wring them out, reuse them.
I bet. Hey, wait, I did have something. So I know Ahmed hasn't had chip game in a while. I have snack game tonight. My wife came in the middle of my workday or whatever. She sort of poked her head into the office and said, "I bought you a present." And these are Bucky's beaver nuggets.
Oh, are those vanilla flavored?
Which might be the funniest name for anything ever. It's an awful name, but it's also kind of funny.
Wait, can we get a focus on that beaver on the packaging?
Yeah. So this is and some people around here, if you're from South or East Texas, you would recognize this guy. This is Bucky.
He's wearing a hipster bike cap. What a douche.
Yeah, that's true. This is apparently some sort of
you know Grim Green?
This is some sort of travel stop that's apparently made it up this way to North Texas.
So to roll back to napkins real quick, by the way, I still keep vape rags around. I still have vape rags.
Yeah, I've still got a few vape rags that I use all the time.
Yep. I have a few.
Those OG shop cloth vape rags are still awesome.
Sean, you weren't here a few weeks ago. I found, you remember that blue microfiber cloth?
Yeah.
I found a really close approximation they're like $2 each.
Nice.
And they're woven on the side and all this kind of stuff. They work great.
It's funny. I was in Kansas City for work, and in my backpack is our little custom Plumes rags, like not the vape rags, but the microfiber ones. So like one in there was the one with my face on it.
Yeah.
So I pull out my backpack and I pull this thing out, and one of the guys who works for me looks. He goes, "Is that your face on a fucking towel?" I said, "Yes, it is."
Yes, it is.
Wait, wait a minute.
On a towel.
Did you eat any barbecue when you were in Kansas City?
I did, yeah.
Okay, good.
We ordered in one day. I had a half a rack of ribs.
You had a what?
So what? 2 ribs? What?
A half rack of ribs is
watching my figure, man.
I'm waiting for him to say he only had 1 arugula salad.
How much for just one rib? Can you put it in my hand for a dime?
Which sides of elderberry juice? Jesus Christ, Sean. You're gone
Mask,
for like
mask,
3
mask,
weeks and
read,
we've lost you.
Read chat, Mask. I need to go.
I ain't really fucking bad there in general anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
You need to stop watching your figure.
Yeah! Why are you reading out loud? You're not fucking
Dude,
timing me out
the
again.
asterisk. Look at it. The asterisk is different. It did
It
like
is,
into
right?
the
I have to go pee.
into the ig power. What is that?
So while he goes to pee, I do have one more actual piece of vape news to talk about. By the way, thanks for coming on, Sean. I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah,
Well,
I appreciate it, even though I haven't left.
I heard Mast wasn't going to be here, so I'm like, all right. I'm sorry. I was.
You want me to leave? I'll leave.
I was in meetings.
I have
till
some plan. I have some.
on. Like I was still on calls.
Yeah.
Well, if you need to go, don't stay because of me.
No, dude, it's
can
over now. So the problem is
Okay.
I, without going into specifics, I run a department now that is 26 people across 5 shifts. So like occasionally I need to talk to people on those off shifts and be
All
involved.
they're doing is pumping porta potties. What's the big deal?
They don't understand how to do their thing, man.
Well, I mean, this is where you got to show them how to do it.
Exactly.
You gotta get out there.
I was on the
And
phone
you got to
about
get
it.
dirty.
I was technically on a video chat going through the motions of showing them how to do it.
You see if that's the- I'll take a quarter of a rack of ribs. I couldn't possibly eat a half of a half. So I mentioned this once or twice a while back, and then somebody asked me about it last week, I think, and come to find out they were going to be ordering and shipping soon, and I went ahead and bought one. This is a box from Atmozu, which up until 2 weeks ago I would have told you that they were an Australian company. Apparently not. These guys are in Greece.
Yep.
I totally always thought that they were Australian, and it probably has something to do with the fact that one of their mods or one of their tube mods was the dingo. Maybe I just assumed
that mod, man.
What?
I had one of those. I loved that.
Yeah,
mod.
it was a cool mod. There's no doubt. Anyway, so I always assumed that they were Australian. They're not Australian. They come from Greece. And I ordered one of these things. It was a clusterfuck to order it. They were really like snotty about, well, we don't do lists. We first come, first served, right? So they go to put the product out. Their page just dies, just total flood, database errors, getting 500 errors all over the place. It's just totally fucking blows up.
Yeah, there's a list for bandwidth. That's what the list is for.
Yeah, and then they come up and they post on the Facebook. They're like, our server blew up. We're gonna try to recover it. Like an hour later, they're like, okay, we're gonna try again. Please don't refresh for giggles. It was a cluster. But so they got a little bit of a lesson of why people do lists and Google Docs, because that's really the only reasonable way to do this. Unless you've got a badass web server. You put out something that people actually want.
Which, let's be honest, vaping companies typically don't have badass web servers.
That's true. Yeah,
No,
I mean,
no AWS elastics.
Yeah,
Nothing.
NAR had the same problem, right? He really wanted to just put it on the site, let people order it, and not do.
I can just imagine the phone call to who was it? Who was using the payment processor that one time? Not Clover. It was Square or something. Hey, Square. Yeah, you're all about to get hit with a bunch of people. Vaping stuff? What? Yeah, right.
Dude, it's not even that. Like, you got to think about it.
Vaping stuff?
I can just imagine a guy sitting there watching the levels go.
If the Narmod site or the Atmozu site or whatever site only gets high traffic once every 3 months, who the fuck is paying for that enhanced goddamn package?
Nareg.
Literally one day every 3 months that it's going to matter.
Yeah,
like,
Nareg. He's the only guy doing that.
Massive money on that shit.
That's when the auto throttling. Oh yeah, I pay like $9 a month, and then when I have a sale, it's about $2,500 a month.
Yep,
the costs just go through the roof.
Okay, so like we're talking about,
Vaping shit.
They eventually did. They sorted their shit out. They put it up for sale. One of the reasons, and so just one of the reasons I wanted to look at it was because, as you guys all know, I've been using the Exoset, and so much I found another one and bought a second Exoset just to have as a backup because I fucking love the thing. It works great. but they don't make them anymore. And I always feel a little bit, weird about coming on here and talking about stuff that nobody can ever get, right? The whole hashtag, no, you can't have one. I try to not do that. So I've tried the Insider a while back. And then when this came out, I was like, okay, well, we'll try this one out to give it something new. The other thing that was nice about it was €60 when it was coming out. I was like, that sounds like a pretty reasonable price. And maybe it would actually be available, right? So I bought it. First thing, just sort of an FYI. It was like €62, I think, and then there was like a €3 PayPal fee, and then €15 DHL shipping. So the whole, all told, it ended up costing me like $106, which is a lot more than what I thought it was going to be. But at the same time, I bought it, and it was at my door less than 3 days later. So international clearing, customs, all that shit. DHL don't fuck around. They were there. So that's nice because I've had USPS take longer than that domestically. So anyway, so that was cool. Yeah, I paid for it, but you got the service that you expect. Now that said, I busted this thing up. I started to build it up. One of the things I wanted to show you, which is over here on the old fluid momentum, is it comes with this little kind of looks like a nut. You can actually screw the atomizer down into it to pulse your coils, which, if you know how I feel about the Exoset, I really like that feature. The Exoset, though, can screw straight into the mod. You don't have to have an extra thing. Having an extra thing is a little annoying, but at least you can do it, which I think is pretty cool. The other thing it comes with is the tiniest Ziplocs I have ever seen in my life. It's got a couple spare screws.
That's where cocaine comes in.
Yeah, exactly. A little AFC ring at the bottom, and then it comes with these little monkeys, one of which is already in the atomizer. They're these little air discs that you can put in there, very reminiscent of the Skyline. So instead of having a gaping hole underneath the coil and then just restricting the air down, you can actually restrict the air going to the coil at the right there at the terminal end. So that way the acceleration's right if you're doing mouth to lung, which I think is kind of cool. They do sell a tighter one than the ones that come with it for a couple extra euros. It's not much. It's a little bit, but I think there's a 1.2 or something in here. So they've got a pretty decent one in there. I've not tried it mouth to lung yet, and I'll tell you why, because I haven't tried it the other way yet either. I got it all assembled and got it in there, and cranked down my my Omen post style drip tip, and what you end up seeing looks like this. Check atomizer. That was like, well, that kind of fucking sucks. So I cranked down a little harder on the drip tip because I've had to do that before at other atomizers. Got it down to where I was concerned screwing a stainless tip or a titanium tip, into aluminum. I was concerned I was going to be doing some damage here pretty quick, right? So I got it down there as good as I could get it and then stopped, and it still wasn't working. And then I got a flashlight out and I started looking. Oh, no, sorry. Before that, I took it all apart, put it back on the 510 base, and took the chimney off and pulsed it to make sure it was still there. Then put the chimney on and pulsed it to make sure it wasn't shorting, right? Just to make sure that something wasn't weird. Yeah. Reassembled it all back in there, still couldn't make it work. Got a flashlight, started looking, and damn if there wasn't a point. Now, I was guessing about a 0.5 millimeter gap between the bottom of the positive pin and the positive plate that's on the billet box.
Oh shit!
Just gotta throw a little piece of metal in there, finish off that.
Right? Yeah. That's what I figured. Just put a little piece of something sparky in there. So I was a little irritated. Took it apart again and inspected everything. Everything looked fine. Got a hold of Atmozu on their Facebook page, and to their credit, the person that was helping, I still don't know the person's name. It just says Atmozu, of course. Whoever's answering messages, they were very friendly. They were very nice. Now, and I flooded the bejesus out of them with pictures saying this is what I see. There's this gap there. I've built everything right, stepped together. I'm not an inexperienced vapor, and they have no idea. I've got a stupid little vaping show. I'm just some dude, right? So I tried to be reasonable and walk them through what I've done, and then they started asking for measurements, and I was like, "They're like, do you have any way to measure things? Like maybe even some calipers? Like, I got calipers. I can do this." So they're asking for measurements here, there, and everywhere, trying to figure out what went wrong in their first run of these atomizers. And at some point, they said the fact that you got calipers is indispensable or precious. I don't remember what he said is fantastic or whatever he said. They were very happy with the fact that I happened to have something to measure because we could get down to the millimeter and less to make sure everything was in spec. Come to find out at the end of all of this shit, I'm actually missing one of the insulators inside of the unit itself, one of the several pieces that makes up the positive route of this thing, and that would make it about a 0.5 millimeter short. I was like,
They didn't say you were lying about it, did they?
The very first time, the first response was, I don't see the gap from that picture. And then the next message was, but if you say it there, it's there, it must be there. So the very first time was like a little bit, but I figured, ESL, this person is speaking my language, who is not from my country, which I appreciated because I speak no Greek at all. So I was glad they did. And after that, they were very, very helpful and kind. And they were very helpful. They were very grateful to me to take my time to bust out. I swear to God, I took like 15 or 20 measurements of taking this damn atomizer apart and back together. So anyway, it was nice to work with them. It's shitty that I'm missing a piece out of my freaking atomizer. That kind of sucks.
So, any relation to Atmostique?
No, different company as far as I know.
Also Greek. Interesting.
Definitely also Greek. There's a lot of Greek. Man, the Greeks have been making shit for a long time. I mean,
well, especially for the billet box, because the bridge, the billet bridge, was Atmostique.
Mm-hmm. I own several Atmostique billet box products.
I'm actually really curious once you get it fixed because it looks like a very promising Addy.
It does. There's a couple things that after building it, because I already built it, right? I was ready to go when it wouldn't fire. After building it, I think it does have a couple of cons that I'm not very happy about. But it also has a lot of potential, and the price is right. And in theory, they're going to be available, which I think is really cool and nice to see. Nice to see there. I mean, the biggest thing is you can see, and if you've seen the previous shows, you've seen some of these pictures, but I might as well show anybody that hasn't seen it yet. It's got a different design in the atomizer itself, or in the tank itself, and the juice holes are actually on the bottom, right? So they're underneath there, so you can vape this thing down to no liquid, and it'll be, ready to go. It's still pulling liquid out of the very bottom, which is cool. This looks big. And it is a little bit big, but you also look at that chimney; it's a lot smaller than most of the other atomizers too. Yeah, look, you can see my serial number. So I mean, it averages out. They say that with it in there, it holds 4 mil, but it works a little better with 3.5, is what they said. Something to that nature. So it definitely reduces a little bit more, I think, than the Exoset. Not much, like 0.5 mil. I think it's about a 0.5 mil difference, so it's not that big of a deal. But the feeding from the bottom thing is cool. It's built a little bit like a K-Fun, where you build your coils and you kind of put your wicks down into 2 reasonably sized juice holes on the bottom to pull stuff up. I think it's got some potential. The problem, the biggest problem that I foresee that I haven't been able to test yet because I couldn't fire it, is I think it may suffer a little bit from the insider problem, which is the biggest con about this, and Vanis and all those, and Bolton, all these guys hate the billet box. They love the idea, but they would never buy a billet box. And Sean's much the same way. You got tired of dealing with the liquid thing, right? Of changing the rewick and the addies, and that's a total valid complaint. That's the worst thing about owning a billet box, and it's not that big of a deal, but it's a little annoying. The where it really comes to be annoying, which is not something I ever get with the Exoset, is when you build it and it's wrong. That's when it's really annoying, because then immediately you have to drain the tank, wipe the whole fucking thing down, change up your build, whatever it's going to be, put it all back together, put it in there, juice back up. I mean, that you don't have to deal with that if you got an Exoset. That build is easy and consistent every single time. This might not be the case. It wasn't the case with the Insider either. Once you have the Insider built well, it kicks ass. It's a great.
I don't know that I found the same thing with the Exoset starting with an Exoset though. That might just be because you've had one forever.
Mm-hmm. So it could be. It could be. I never had any of the leaking problems that other people reported, and you said you had some of that stuff too. I've never seen any of that with either of my billet boxes or my Exosets.
Well, fighting words inside chat. John Miller. Correct me on that. I'd rather build a Jenny than fiddle with the billet box.
It's really not. It's not much of a fiddle. The biggest problem is if you took, for example, if you took a tank apart, you take any of the good tanks, you unscrew it, right? You take the build deck out. You kind of have to wipe it down a little bit, at least some of them. Otherwise, it starts running juice everywhere. It's the exact same thing with the billet box.
Yes and no. The problem is to even get it out. Like my issue with the billet box was always the same thing. It was always a mess. because I had to drain the tank if it wasn't already pre-drained or I didn't have it down the whole way. So I have to drain the tank. I got to pull everything out, and then I have to take my completely coated in e-liquid Addy and like push it out and basically like manhandle it and then wipe that down. There's no way I'm not getting juice all over at least my hands. Which it was too much for me to want to fucking deal with.
I always grabbed it out of the tank. I just use my pliers or my tweezers. Never get it on my hands.
Yeah, it was just always more than I wanted to deal with.
It's a little bit of an extra step. I don't disagree, and I completely agree with you. It's the worst part about having a billet box. The upside of that is, or I guess the where I'm okay with it a little bit, is the fact that I have to do that once a week, and it's like an extra literally 30 seconds, and I don't really care.
I love everything about the billet box except that.
Yeah,
and it's when this holds more juice, is more compact, and arguably vapes better anyway.
I don't disagree with that.
Would you say it's an exo step?
The only thing I'll disagree with is I still like abolishment more out of a tank than out of a dripper. Personally.
Yeah.
So it can't help me there.
I feel the same way.
What's that?
I don't feel the same way.
I think you used to, and then you started doing it, and then you can't look back. And I know William doesn't agree. He vapes he squonks the shit out of it, AM, but that's just me. I completely agree that really is just me. I like it a little bit better of a tank.
I still like it best out of the Hurricane. The problem was vaping a Hurricane is finicky.
Right.
But I'm perfectly happy with it on the Nardo.
Yeah. Oh, so to tie up that story, by the way, Atmozu is sending me the part that I need tomorrow. It's a bank holiday there too, apparently, like it is here. So they've got it shipping out tomorrow to hopefully fix the situation. I, of course, will be reporting back next week to tell you whether or not it works.
William says abolishment is brilliant in everything, not the shitty Anakin coils we got in previous.
Yeah. Well, I've had some pretty bad Anakin coils. It's true. And there's something about like that light fruit mint on like a really cottony coil. It's not good. It's not pleasant.
He put an asterisk in chat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, once again, you have judged correctly.
Yeah. So I completely agree with you, Sean. It is a little bit extra of a fiddle. That is just a price that I'm willing to pay once a week, and for this form factor.
Yeah.
If you like the vape, right? If you don't want to squonk something.
I feel like I would have done the same thing and would have been in exactly the same position had the tiny squonkers not come along.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the problem is the tiny squonkers have the perfect form factor and none of the fiddly mess. Like everything about the tiny squonkers is just fucking perfect.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about perfect. Everything's got cons.
I don't know. I'm good with all of it,
but I'm good with it, right? I'm the same way. I mean, that's how I've been vaping for 9 months straight or something now.
So it's funny you say that. One of my old team's reading assignments. Very good book, by the way. I strongly recommend this for anybody. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Very good. Read that one. Very good. And the whole thing is they talk about, and we can apply this to this conversation. People don't pick their happiness. People pick their pain. So people pick what shit they're willing to deal with for what they want.
Sure.
And you could apply that specifically to vaping to the point of like, we pick what shit we're willing to deal with to get the experience that we want.
But, well that's a weird way of phrasing it. Okay, so I in order to make sure that I'm understanding you properly, you're still picking what you want. You're just picking the least painful way to get there.
No, not necessarily. You're picking the pain that you can endure to get where you want, because basically the concept is that life isn't fucking unicorns and rainbows.
Right.
And to be realistic, it's not about picking what you want to be happy or about just going where you're happy. It's picking what shit that you'll deal with to try to get there.
Life is
about having the self-understanding to pick the bullshit that you'll endure.
I will agree that I always pick the less shitty route to do what I want to do. That's true. But I think that's.
But less shitty is different for everybody too, right? Like,
that's certainly true. Sure.
I'm a high stress functioner. You stick me like in fucking charge of 26 people or something, and I'm having a goddamn blast. I'm stressed all the time. I work 12 to 16 hours a day, and I fucking love it. Like, I like stress. That is my pain, so to speak. I need to be stressed out. It's how I function.
Sean knows no chill.
I don't. You're not wrong.
Okay. Was there anything else? Let me check my notes, make sure I didn't forget something. I don't think so. I think I only had those two things. Yeah. I follow up about the strike. I think I may be wrapping up with the strike. I don't know that I'm willing to deal, like to your point, Sean. I don't know that particular pain point of that top cap bust off in the top of my pocket. I don't know if that's something I want to deal with. But for some people, I guarantee you they don't give a shit because it's a good atomizer. It works really, really well. But I think I might move that one on. And then the vape shell thing, I can't really talk about yet because of the story I just shared a minute ago. But shout outs to them. They did make it right. They were nice about it. And I did try to help them as much as I could.
You should tell them to send you some of Dimitri's mentholated peach iced tea juice with the part they're sending you, just to smooth things over.
I'm sure they know him. I mean, he's Greek too. Hello, my fellow vapors.
Does that mean it's my turn?
Oh, did you have something to talk about? Please.
No.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I only had 2 bullets on mine. I can't imagine you got any.
It's been like several weeks. I could have things to talk about. You don't know.
That's true.
I got a HomePod. That thing's fucking cool as hell. I like that a lot.
Is that the sound thing?
Yeah, it's a really good speaker.
Has it left any rings on your tables yet?
I don't know. I haven't tried lifting it, but it's on a shitty table, so it's not like I noticed.
Who cares?
It's just a really good speaker, man. Like I like it as a speaker. I also like the fact that unlike Amazon and Google, they don't log and keep history of everything that you fucking ask.
So they say.
They like end-to-end encrypt that shit. It doesn't. The only thing I have to do is turn off my lights now because I switched all my lights over to Philips Hue so I could integrate them. So now I have to turn off my lights.
Well, tell her to turn off your lights.
Hey Siri. Good night.
Good night. Coming right up.
It would be really
Your lights
funny
are still on.
Shut down.
I turned off my backlight though. It's the only one that's coded into it right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey Siri. Good morning.
Good morning. Coming right
Oh, turn the lights off. I don't want to look at you, Siri. Goddamn.
I can't. I just can't wait until one day somebody just hacks them and, hey Siri, good morning. Fuck off. Get up and turn your own goddamn lights on.
John,
What did he just say?
John, for someone who likes stress, you should get up and turn on your own lights.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that when I'm laying on the couch.
Boo.
It's nice to just walk out of my office and have everything turn off. Like that's convenient.
Hey Siri, Alt F4.
You mean Command Q.
Well, yeah.
Nope.
I'm afraid not.
Or wait, is it
There you
Shift Command Q? Whatever logs you out.
Yeah, Shift Command Q is force quit.
Yeah,
Hey, Siri,
between
baby.
between that and the oh yeah, I feel like I need to wipe my ears now.
So the other fun thing is that I can turn off access for other people, so other people can't ask it things.
Mm-hmm.
I did not do.
What? What's by your voice?
Yeah, apparently,
Nice.
which is kind of convenient.
That'd be nice because this is fucking TV. Every time they say echo or something that sounds like echo, when I have mine set up, it's like my daughter's walking around going, "Kako, kako, kako." I'm like, it's echo. So
I think most of those, like the Google Homes and the Amazon things, I think they all key off of voices, don't they?
I don't know. I didn't think they could distinguish like that.
In fact, I know one of them. I know the Amazon one does because a buddy of mine that's got his own smart home thing set up. He and his wife have separate calendars and stuff, and apparently he was talking about Alexa knowing the difference.
I think you can do multiple users.
This is how they take us over. Start canceling appointments for us and this shit and troll Alexa.
Troll Alexa. Anything else we got to talk about?
I'm glad I peed when I did. Holy fuck! I was holding that in since like 20 minutes in.
Was that right?
Yeah, I had a caffeinated beverage in the last couple hours. So
Black Panther was pretty good. It was an enjoyable movie, but it was not a great Marvel movie.
I'm going to see it this weekend.
Just good. I think, like as a series, like in that regard, I think Black Lightning is way better. Like the show Black Lightning is fucking awesome.
Is it? I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, dude, that show's incredible. It's awesome. I like it quite a bit. I've enjoyed the crap out of that show so far this year. The couple episodes that they put out. I started another one last night that you might get a kick out of. It's like Rick and Morty meets Code Monkeys, kind of. It's called, I think, Deep Space. David Tennant's in it. Conan O'Brien's in it. It's pretty funny. It's another animated show. It's.
I've actually, speaking of Deep Space, I've been in the process of rewatching Deep Space Nine. The first season is fucking awful. Fucking bad. I remember it so much more fondly, and I'm watching. I'm like, ugh.
All right.
I'm in the process of watching one of my favorite really bad shows. That one being Smallville. Because
Oh god,
that's a big commitment, right?
Yeah, because the whole
fucking
3/4 of the show is fucking soy
season.
filler.
Yeah, it's a big show.
Yeah.
I watched this much of Smallville because I didn't care for all the fucking soy filler episodes.
Did you ever follow? Well, you're just watching it now, Sean. You didn't watch it back then.
Smallville?
I've watched it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I watched Smallville.
Did you ever follow with all the online stuff, like Lex's website and the Smallville Ledger and all that other stuff?
A little bit. I came into the show kind of late, like season 7 or something is when I started watching it.
That's pretty late. But yeah, they were like one of the first ones that I had seen that
did that
kept
kind
up that side of. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
They played the social media angle pretty well, and they did it good. I mean, it wasn't a bad show, right? Like it's dated. It's a very dated show now.
Oh, it started in 2000, didn't it?
And it wasn't a great show in general, like because they had so many
18 years ago
about being a superhero or letting him be a superhero or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
But it's the show that paved the way for all the other shows that exist in that genre at this point. And it has my respect from that. And it's not a bad show in general. Like
Facebook wasn't around then. Neither was anything social media. So they were doing, they did phone numbers that you could call and do stuff. Hints and stuff would come up and it was pretty cool.
The other show that did that really well, it's more recent, but was Gravity Falls, man. At the end of every episode, they had a cipher that you could like go through, and it would give you information about the next episode.
Yeah, that was like Jericho. I love Jericho, man. That was an awesome show. And then they canceled it, and then they got the Peanuts, and then it came back. But Jericho had the actual Morse code at the beginning of the show, and every episode told you, something about that episode or the next episode. So, but
cool. All right. Thanks everybody coming out, hanging out with us this Monday. We will be back next week as always. We are. Don't forget to go to patreon.com/foodneedsmoremoney.com.
Food needs cash money.
Oh, I thought it changed.
You need to set that up because people are going to start going to it and it's not going to be there.
And remember, don't forget to subscribe and
the red bill link and subscribe.
Matt, remember how high? Remember the roommate and how high I need money? His name is I need money.
Get him some money.
All right, everybody.
/food.
Peace out.
Peace.